it's time for me to sit on the floor and talk about where my YouTube channel is going. Oh my god, Charlie. Lay down. Look, sit on this. Lay on this. Stop being a prick. I have no idea how long this video is gonna be. My hair's up because it's literally really hot out. I just got my nails done today for school. It's so hot out and it's really hot up here. It's actually hotter in my room than it is outside. So today's video I want to talk about sort of my intentions with YouTube, why I want to keep doing YouTube, why I decided to start YouTube in the first place, and where I'm hoping this channel will go. I'm kind of making this video for myself so that I can, if I'm ever confused about where I'm going with this channel, I can like look back. And obviously my intentions with YouTube are changing all the time because my life is changing, my goals are changing, and everything else. So it's constantly changing bit by bit, but I kind of just want to document this now and give you guys and myself an overall idea of where I'm going with this channel, what I plan to do in my future, and then you guys can kind of decide if you want to come along on the ride for that. I currently have 160 subs, and I wanted to ask this in a video, and I'm just gonna ask it now. Like, do y'all, like, are most of the people who watch my videos subscribers, or are they new to my channel? Like, I want to know. Like, can you guys comment down below, like, where you found this video or why you subscribed to me in the first place? Probably because of my lyric videos, I'm not gonna lie, but I took them all down and I'm doing something else now. So if you are subscribed to me, if you did find this channel either from search or browse or friends or something, can you just like comment down below? Tell me why you're here, just in the description. Comment please on my videos. I beg. I guess we'll start with my old intentions on YouTube. So I've been wanting to have a YouTube channel since I was 9. So for 7 years I've been wanting to do YouTube, probably longer, but I made this channel, if you go to about, I made this channel on December 29th, 2015. I honestly, when I started my channel, I had very different intentions now, obviously, because being 9 years old, you don't really think about where you want to go with your YouTube channel. You just think, oh, I want to have a YouTube channel and I want to get really famous and I want to do this. So that was sort of, can you shut up? That was sort of the direction I first headed in when I started this channel. I wanted to get famous, pretty much, and I posted a lot of Roblox because I was 9. I didn't know what else to post. My posts were trash, so I don't really want to talk about those times. So let's skip to when I was 13, when I bought this camera that I'm filming on, and when I started uploading. Most of those videos are still up. If you go to my videos section, they're all the ones from like 3 years ago. That's when I actually was like, hey, I like really want to do YouTube. And during that time, I wanted to get famous on YouTube. I wanted to move to LA when I turned 18. Do like all this other crap. And obviously I started it for the wrong reasons, and I sort of, after a while, October, November, sort of noped out of that. And I stopped uploading, and that was that. And the reason I stopped uploading is because I started Kung Fu, and I wanted to focus on that more, and then YouTube just kind of drifted off. I was like, you know what, I don't really want to do YouTube anymore. Like, it's not my thing. After freaking 4 years of doing it, I was just like, or of wanting to do it rather, I was like, I don't really want to do this anymore. And so I quit YouTube to go back to Kung Fu. I was in Kung Fu, I still am in Kung Fu, but I've been in Kung Fu for 3 years now. And there have been times where throughout these 3 years, I just get this random urge that's like, I want to make a YouTube video, or I want to edit a YouTube video, or I want to upload a YouTube video, like something like that. Like, I'm always wanting to upload or film or edit, like something. I started like back in 2018, I had like editing accounts on Instagram that I would like make like fan edits. Like, I've always been either filming, editing, or uploading something. Like, that's just been a thing. Then if you watched my return, I'll put it, I don't know which side the card is in. Is it in this side or this side? Because I'm looking at it and it's like backwards when I'm looking at it. So this is my left hand, so I'm going to assume you guys are looking at it, you see my shirt this way. I'm going to assume if I point with this hand, the card will be up there. I'm going to put my return video in the card. You see that video started in I think late January, early February, and that's when I really was like, hey, I just want to like ease into YouTube again. Like I just want to make a video and see where it goes. And I started filming that. I filmed it for like 2-3 days and then completely dropped it for months. I didn't film any footage whatsoever, mostly because I was going through a lot and I didn't have my camera with me. I left to go back to where I used to live, where I currently live, for Kung Fu. I went there for 2 months because I was about to get my black belt, and I was staying with some friends who also went to Kung Fu, so that I could go through like this intensive like 6-week training program to get my black belt. So I was staying with them. I didn't bring my camera. I did have an urge to record, but like I said, I didn't bring my camera, anything like that. And then I moved back to where I'm living currently in this room in May. And in July, last month, or I guess 2 months ago, because I'm uploading this September 1st. I think it's the 1st? September something. September 2nd. I decided, I was like, hey, I kind of want to go back to YouTube. Like, I just got this urge again. So, main point, skip to the story. I really wanted to go back to YouTube time and time again. I was like, hey, I want to do this, I want to do this. And then it would fade, like, in and out. But then eventually, I kept recording that one video. And then I was like, you know what? I think I have enough footage. I'm going to edit it and upload it right now, tonight. It was a Friday night. And I uploaded that video and it was great. Like, I loved editing that video. I loved going in that video. And as soon as I published that video, I was in like video making mode. All I wanted to do was make videos. All I wanted to do was brainstorm. And like all this other stuff. And I was like, this is cool. And even since then, like 2 months ago, my intentions have... Charlie, what are you doing? My intentions have changed, like, yet again. Because, like, obviously I've been thinking about it a lot. And I'm like, if YouTube is something I want to do long term, I want to make sure I'm going into it golden. With good intentions. And I just want to kind of talk about... Charlie! I just kind of want to talk about what those intentions are. So I wrote this back in July, so a month ago. And these were like the intentions I had back then, which have changed a little bit since then. There's a couple that stay the same. Basically what I want to do with this channel, I want to create content I enjoy making. I want to kind of document my life, just sort of capture the small stuff so I can look back on this in like 2-3 years and laugh at it. And that was something I enjoyed watching recently, like back in July when I started this channel again, was I was looking back at all of my old videos and I loved them. Like, I was so happy that I had them, and I was like, well, I want to create more of that. So that's one of the driving points that started up my YouTube channel again, that made me want to get back into YouTube. And another thing with that is that YouTube is just like a creative outlet for me, and that's something I want to talk about more at the end of the video, because that's one of the biggest reasons I want to keep doing YouTube, like continue it. But it's just been sort of like a creative outlet. It's been something that's been fun. Obviously there's been times where I haven't wanted to edit or anything, but whenever I do, I get into like a flow. Like I lose track of time, and I enjoy the challenge. Like, it's been fun to learn about all these new things. It's been fun to try and improve my videos. And now that it's been 3 years and I've learned a lot more, I feel like I'm at a much better mental state to be uploading on YouTube. Whereas before I was like a kid. And I still am a kid, like I'm 16, but I'm less of a kid now than I was. And I feel like this is like a good time to upload. And like keep going with my channel and just see where it goes. So, one of the age-old conflicts I've had with myself and my YouTube is, obviously a lot of people start their channel because they're like, oh, I want to get famous and like go to this and like move to LA. And I won't lie, like, same. But I've been thinking about it more recently because a lot of it's all very confusing. And fame is difficult. Like, I'm kind of scared of it. In a sense, I'm like, I want a small community. Like, I'd cap it off 25K. If I get more than that, great. But I want to just share my videos with the community, and I want to create sort of like a safe space and that sort of stuff. I'll get into that a lot more too. This video is going to be very unorganized and it might be a bit long, and that's okay because this video is not going to be for everyone. If you're watching that, great, but I don't expect this to get a lot of traction or views or anything. This is just basically a video for myself. Anyway, as I was saying, I want to build like a small community, and while it's tempting to be like, oh, I want to like be famous, all this other stuff, like I was saying, and obviously with every YouTuber that's going to be part of their driving point is they want to gain an audience. While that is still something of mine, I'm trying to be very mindful of it and not kind of let it go to my head, because I'm like, oh yeah, I want to be famous, but I don't want that. I don't want that to be the reason why I'm uploading videos. I don't want that to be the main reason. If it happens, like, great, cool, that's fun. Well, I want an audience. Like, I just don't want it to be a driving factor, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to post on YouTube because I want to get famous. Like, I don't want that to be the number one reason. Like I said, I'm going to repeat myself a lot in this video, but like I said, do I want to have an audience? Yes, because I want to have a group of people that I can communicate with, that can communicate with me, and sort of create a safe space. And that kind of goes into the type of content I'm hoping to make. So first of all, this is probably obvious, I want to make content sort of documenting my life. I want to make vlogs so I can look back on them and watch them later in life and laugh at them and stuff like that. But I also kind of want to create informative videos for other people. So I kind of want to create like informative, helpful videos in a vlog type situation. And not all my videos are going to be like that, but I know for a fact I have a couple of them coming out. Well, actually I'm only planning one, but that's another thing I kind of want to incorporate into my channel, is this sort of like safe space, inspiration. I just want to be real about it though. Like, I don't want to be like, oh, like my productive day or like stuff like that, because truth is not everyone has those days every day, and I feel like there's a lot of channels which that's like all they post, and that's great because I love watching that, but I feel like that's not my channel. That's not realistic for me because I'm not always productive. There's days where I'll like shove all the tasks on my to-do list just out the door and I'll play video games all day. Like, I just have to do sort of what's best for me and my mental health on those days, and I kind of want to reflect that on my channel, where I will have days where I'm like doing this and this, but then I just want to create like a realistic version of productivity and working on my future and growing up, essentially, for not only myself but others who find themselves in the same or similar position to me. So that's kind of where I want to go with my content. And obviously some of my content is going to be, I did like a would you rather video. Some of my content's going to be that, some of it's going to be vlogs, some of it is going to be this like sit down talk video like I'm doing right now. And if you guys like that, let me know, or like comment things you want me to talk about, story times, experiences, advice, and I can do that too because I don't mind doing these. I tend to always go on rants, and so these are like kind of helpful in a way for me, but I love to share all that with you. I want to make a video. Oh, I had an idea for that, like how to be successful in basically anything you do, stuff like that. Like, I just want to give those tips out there, but then also set a realistic expectation of when you could see to achieve your life goals. And obviously everyone's on a different path, and everything like that. And again, I'm kind of rambling here, but that's okay. I'm not gonna some videos I'll restrict myself from rambling because I'll have a specific topic, but going into this video, starting to record it, I was like, I know I'm gonna ramble and I don't want to stop myself for it, and if this video is like very long, I'm not gonna apologize for it because this video is for me. If nobody else watches it, that's fine. Like, I just need this video. I want to put this out there for myself. And if in like 5 years from now, if it's like 2027, I'm 21 years old, if I'm like famous or whatever, and you guys are here like watching this video now in 2027, and this was filmed in 2022, like that'd be cool. Like that's another reason I want to make this video, is if I grow an audience or keep going with my channel, I can, one, look back and see if I'm in line with my intentions, and two, like you guys can come here and see what my intentions were back when I was 16 years old and how I've held up from that. So yeah, wrap up on that one. Like I was saying, I basically want to document parts of my life, not only for myself but for others. I kind of want to inspire people in like a realistic sort of way. Besides that, something that I want to do that YouTube can definitely help with, but I feel like I shouldn't rely on it for, is traveling. Because I really want to travel to all these places. Like I want to go to LA, I want to go to New York, I want to go to Europe. Like there's so many different places I want to go to, and YouTube can be very helpful with that. I feel like there's a lot of opportunities that come from YouTube, especially if you're like successful with it. But I don't want to like jump on that or anything. Jump on it meaning like I don't want to go on YouTube just to do that, but if it ends up being an opportunity that happens because of my YouTube, like I'll be really grateful for that. And then another thing is connections. Like I really want to have connections with other people, and I feel like it'd be really cool to meet some of the influencers and YouTubers and just the people who inspire me, who are like online, who have an online presence. So recently that was like the Sterniolo triplets. They're actually the reason I got back into YouTube. I found them back in like March. And I've been like kind of watching them on and off ever since, but their videos are really funny. They're part of the reason I wanted to go back into YouTube, and we're close in age. They're 19, I'm 16, but they started their channel around 2 years ago, which was like 16, 17, which is my age now, which is like, oh, my camera's gonna die, which is crazy, because then like if I keep uploading that, I could have success like that one day. Like it's very inspiring to see someone closer in age doing what I want to do, and I'm gonna see a lot more of that as I get older, obviously, because we're all growing up, becoming adults, stuff like that. But another thing is like collabs, meeting these people. Other people who have really inspired me in the past is Sam and Colby, and there's just a lot of people out there. Honestly, I feel like there's less than I think there are. But those are like the two main ones. I actually met Sam and Colby back in 2018. I'm almost done with this video. There's only like 1 or 2 or 3 topics I've left to cover, but one of them I want to mention quickly because people will probably be thinking about it, and I don't want to like leave it out of the video and have people questioning it, and that is monetization. Another reason why a lot of YouTubers like start YouTube is because they want to be monetized. They want to make money from YouTube. And again, this is one of the things I wanted going into YouTube when I was 13, like 3 years ago. But now, again, if I have the opportunity to do it, I will. Like if I get those 4,000 hours watch time, if I get those 1,000 subscribers, sure, I'll go for it, because it's income while doing something I enjoy doing. Like if I can get money for doing something I like doing, yeah, I'm gonna take it. But that's not like a factor for me. Like if I don't get there, whatever. Like I don't want to be relying on YouTube as a source of income. I want to have my own life on top of that, and I don't want this to be my entire life, but rather small moments of it, like posted on the internet. Like I don't want it to be my full career, or I don't want it to be my main source of income, stuff like that. I'm just kind of like doing it for fun, and if I do end up getting paid for that, great. Who doesn't want to get paid for a hobby? But yeah, just to cover that topic quick. Next, I kind of touched on during monetization is boundaries. One thing I was really concerned about going back into YouTube. I feel like I'm talking faster now because my camera's blinking saying it's gonna die. Anyway, because one of the things I was concerned about going back in YouTube was my boundaries, because I have a weird relationship with social media, and I've stayed off of social media for a while now. I'm not like completely off, but like when I started YouTube, I was doing summer school, I deleted every single social media, and I don't want to get wrapped up in it again. Like I don't want social media to take over my life. I need breaks from it. I need like offline time. And that's something I kind of want to give myself, and obviously that means I'm not going to be recording every second of my life. Like, I still have a private life that I don't want to disclose, and if that being said, I don't want to like talk about anything none of my friends are comfortable with talking about, or something that someone else has been part of. I don't want to like talk about that unless I have their consent. Like, I just want to make sure I'm setting boundaries with myself and the online world, because that's a scary place and there's a lot of weird people there, and like the internet is just a crazy place. And like I say, I've never said this on YouTube, but I've said it a lot to like friends and stuff. You don't know who you're supporting on the internet. Like, I'm at the point where it's like, I'm gonna support someone and they're gonna like do something. You guys know what I'm talking about. You guys should know what I'm talking about. There's a lot of like bad influences on the internet who still have all of this fame, who are still getting subscribers and supporters and all this other stuff. So you don't know who you're supporting. Like, it's such a dark place, and that's another boundary and thing I'm going to be aware of, because if I do end up collabing or getting an opportunity or a sponsor or something like that, I want to be really mindful about who I'm including on my channel, because I don't want to promote anything that goes against my beliefs or values. Which I think is fair, because I want to create this safe space, and obviously if you guys are watching, you probably have similar values to me and stuff, and I just don't want to promote someone or something or include something in my life that goes against it. Not that doesn't have the same values, because if they have different values but they don't go against mine, whatever, like, go nuts. But if you're actively going against something I value or believe in, like, let's say, for example, if I believe in like not bullying people, I'm like, bullying is wrong, whatever, and you go out and you bully someone and then you want to be on my channel, I don't want to let you on my channel, because you directly violated one of my values. It's like, well, you bully people, and I'm not really, like, that's not a good thing to do. I don't know, I feel like I'm not describing that. I'm describing it in a very immature way. I'm not describing it the way I want to describe it, but basically, if you're a bad person or a bad influence, I don't want you on my channel. Things like crimes. If you like commit a crime and then want to go on my channel, there's no way, buddy. So yeah, I want to be very careful about who I'm letting in on my channel and how much time I'm spending on the media and how much it consumes my life, because when it does consume my life, it becomes a hellhole and it's really hard to get out of. So I want to focus on my own goals and my own life outside of YouTube as well. And I think that brings me to the last thing I want to talk about, which is the reason why I want to continue doing YouTube. And it's pretty simple, but it's worked wonders. Like, the past 6 weeks I've been doing YouTube, it's worked wonders for me. Like, when I stopped YouTube, all was well, and I got a lot better, like, mentally. I got more in a stable place. But it wasn't until I started doing YouTube again that I was like super excited about my future. Like, obviously I was like hopeful about my future. I knew what I wanted to do, where I was going. Like, I had faith in it, but I wasn't necessarily excited for it. And now that I'm doing YouTube again, it's almost like I feel giddy about my future. I'm like I'm like a little girl at like a Justin Bieber concert. I'm like just so excited to see what life has to offer and what's gonna happen in my future. I keep looking like forward because it feels weird like looking at the camera, but that's okay because I'm sort of like in distant thought right now. Again, this is a video for myself. Hi, future me. But I've just been so much more excited about life since I started uploading again. And one of the biggest things is that I used to always feel behind. Like, I always felt that people were doing more than me and that I should be doing more, and that I just felt really down on myself. Like, I had like a really low self-esteem, stuff like that, and I felt that I wasn't doing enough and that I felt like I always had to try and be better than other people, which obviously didn't completely go away. But since I've gone back to YouTube, I haven't found that as much. It's like I'm doing something I actually want to do, and it's been fun. Like, I'm not constantly down on myself because someone's doing something that I want to do, or I feel behind compared to someone else. Like, since I've gone back to YouTube, it's been very, like, I've been a lot more confident in myself and my goals and my future, and I feel like this is just something that I want to keep doing. It's something that's good for me because it's giving me that creative outlet. Like, I love to edit, I love to upload, like, I enjoy doing those things, and like I said, I love learning. Like, it's such a place of creativity for me, and it's also, like I said, it just feels like the thing to be doing. I don't feel as inclined to compare my life to other people's lives since I've started uploading more. It's such a weird phenomenon, but also at the same time, like, I stopped YouTube for 3 years, and the entire 3 years I had this thing at the back of my head that was like, I want to go back. I want to go back. I want to keep doing YouTube. Like, it was constantly a thing. Like, I just wanted to go back, and I feel like now is a good time to do so. And like I said, the second I uploaded my return video, I was like, I want to do this video and I want to do this video. Like, I had just had a flood of so much inspiration after such a block. And obviously it's a slower turn, and I'm just trying to be consistent with my uploads and not overwork myself. But ever since I started uploading, I felt a lot better about just life in general. I've been a lot more inspired to do more things, try new things. I've been a lot more confident, and yeah, I don't feel the need to like get upset with myself for like not doing enough, or like get competitive with other people as much. So yeah, that's like one of the main reasons I want to keep doing YouTube. One of the reasons why I think it's good for me is because of that. But yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap it up there. I don't think there's anything else to say. I think I've said most of it. And like I said, my intentions are gonna slowly change over time as I mature and get older, and my goals are gonna change as I achieve my current ones. But this is just sort of a snapshot into what my intentions and feelings were towards YouTube in 2022. So yeah, thank you. If you watched this and you're not me, thank you for watching this far. If you like what you heard, then consider subscribing if you want to see some of the content I was like talking about. While you're waiting for some of that other content, go watch my older videos. I suggest the more recent ones because those are more up to date. But if you watch all of those, hey, my old ones are pretty funny. If you want to cringe at a 13-year-old, go ahead and watch those, because they're something else. I enjoy them. They have a special place in my heart. Again, comment down below why you watch my videos, why you're subscribed, stuff like that, how you found my channel, because that'll be helpful for me to understand who's actually watching. Thank you for watching. Like the video if you liked it. If you did not like it, still like the video. Bye.